Hello and welcome to Bags of Action. This is a 5-minute review of The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot from 2018. On the surface, given the title of the film, it sounds like it's going to be a wacky and zany film, something more like Bubba Hotep, where there's lots of nods and winks and quite a number of laughs. However, the film turned out to be something completely different. The film is written and directed by Robert Krzykowski, and it stars Sam Elliot and Aidan Turner as the young and old version of the main character, Calvin Barr. The film begins with Sam Elliot as the old version of Calvin Barr in the present day, where he's thinking about the past, and something in the present, something on the wall or something he's fiddling with on the bar or he's having a drink, will trigger a memory, and then we're taken into the past where he's a very young man during World War II, and he's called upon to perform a very dangerous and important task during the war. The problem is this will force him to leave behind his home and also a young woman that he was dating and he was ready to propose to, but due to circumstances he doesn't quite get the opportunity even though he has the ring. As the title suggests, despite this slightly wacky nature of it, he's called upon to kill Adolf Hitler, and the really harrowing part of the film comes where Aidan Turner is dressed as a member of the Gestapo and he travels through occupied Germany and into Europe, and at one point he passes a number of Jews that are being loaded onto a train and he has to leave them. He has to walk past these people who he knows are being taken to their death so that he can continue on his mission and kill Hitler. In the present day, Sam Elliott's character is now nursing his retirement and just wants to be left alone, but something is happening in Canada and there are being a number of attacks on people and wildlife is being wiped out, but they're not sure why. Eventually, two people from the government come to him and say the cause is Bigfoot, but this isn't some kind of cuddly, laughable Harry and the Hensons kind of Bigfoot. This is a monster. This is something that just wants to be left alone, much like him, except that it's carrying a very powerful disease that has now jumped species, and if it hits people, there is no real defense. It will be worse than the avian flu, and it could wipe out people in a matter of months. So the only thing that they can do is send someone in to kill it. Unfortunately, Calvin is immune. They've had his blood on file for decades, and the government has tested it, and there's a very small number of the population that can resist it, and he is one of them. As the title suggests, he eventually is persuaded to go into Canada to hunt down the beast and take care of it, but it's not that simple. I won't spoil it completely, but I will say that this film has some echoes of things like Gran Torino, where a man is at the end of his life, he's looking back over everything that he's done, and he has a number of regrets for the things that people applaud him for in some cases because of what it cost him personally, despite some people believing that it's helped the greater good and it ended the war sooner. I put this film on thinking it would just be a bit of light-hearted fun, something I could watch on a Sunday night. I wouldn't really have to pay much attention. What it turned out to be was actually something quite emotional. The performances are excellent, the script is tight, it's never silly or hackneyed, it treats the material seriously, both the stuff in World War II and also in the present day, where the fact that Bigfoot is something that is unusual and exists, and most people don't believe in it, but they know differently, and it is killing people and it must be stopped. I found the film really interesting and engaging. It was surprising because on the surface it just looks like a little bit of fluff, but turned out to be something different. And I think in some ways the title might be putting some people off. If you're in a mood for a historical drama that has action but is also great on building characters, wonderful performances by the two main actors in the lead, interesting and thought-provoking set pieces both in the present day and in the past, then I'll highly recommend this film. So for all of those reasons, I'm going to give this a solid 4 out of 5 bags. Have you seen The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot? If so, get in touch and let us know what you think. You can email us, you can come onto the Facebook group, you can leave us a comment below, and of course don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.